Maryland and DC is right next door to each other. We're going to talk about the differences between the Maryland prison system and the DC prison system. Now, Maryland has its own prison system within the state. DC does not. DC, everything is federal. This is why they have a large car in the federal system. They go to the feds for anything they do, all federal, because the White House is in DC. It's the nation's capital. So, of course, they're going to have a lot of guys in the feds. Baltimore, we're not going to have a lot of people in the feds because we have a state system. Most of the guys locked up in Maryland are in Maryland system. Dudes from out DC, they get sent anywhere that's within the United States federal system. But the way that we bit is totally different. DC, you go to the feds for little dumb charges. They ain't even gotta be no real nigga shit. In Maryland, we only go to the feds for certain things. Most of us, we got RICO, or if it's your second gun offense and shit like that. And most of the guys from Maryland, if we go in the feds, it's from some type of RICO case or some kingpin case or something like that. But small charges get dealt with by the state. Murder charges get dealt with by the state. So all of DC's hardened killers and criminals and shit like that, they are in the federal system because they have no state system. All our killers is in the Maryland system. So when Baltimore niggas go in the feds, we extremely outnumbered. Same way like when DC dudes get locked up in Maryland and they come to the Maryland system, they extremely outnumbered. They link up with the PG County dudes in Maryland for the numbers. But I can remember when they used to beef. DC dudes do not like PG County dudes, man. They don't like when PG dudes be trying to claim DC and all that. I know about all that. I did a lot of time around them dudes. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot and Maryland was a federal state, then of course we would have a shitload of niggas in the feds. But anyway, we're gonna talk about some of the difference between the feds and the state, right? If you've been in the feds, you already know everything is cars. I mean, you got the California car, the DC car, the New York car, and so forth and so forth. The cities and states got their own cars. To make it even more confusing, I seen a documentary where the dude was breaking it down. This nigga said the feds, the Bloods, and the Crips, they all in the same car. They rocking together. To us, this is blasphemous. They doing it for the numbers. Cause see, in the feds, everything is racial. You got all the Mexicans rocking together. Even the North and the South Mexicans rocking together. They used to beef. They on the same squad now. All the white boys rocking with the white boys. Blacks are broken down in the cars of the state they from, but they come all together if they beef with another race. It's about races in there. Totally not like that in the Maryland system. See here, if we get into it with a Spanish group, we're not pulling from other groups. We're not pulling from other groups for numbers. The good brothers gonna stand alone and deal with them. Shit, but in the federal system, they get to beef with them SAs. They all gonna pull together. All the black groups gonna pull together. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just simply showing the differences in politics. But DC is one of the most vicious cars in there because of the simple fact, everybody from DC, when they get booked, they go in the feds. To be honest, it shouldn't be no car stronger than theirs. I don't even know too many other states like that where everybody go in the feds for all your charges. Most places do have a state system. So it's only right. They the biggest, baddest thing in there.